Hollywood actor Tony Todd, popular for his role in the iconic film Candyman, breathed his last on November 6, Wednesday. Taking a walk through his career, Tony Todd is best known as the titular character in the horror film Candyman, which hit the big screens in the year 1992. Tony was part of major horror films such as The Crow, Night of the Living Dead, and the most famous Final Destination series. Tony Todd has also played a pivotal character named Dan in the philosophical movie The Man from Earth, and his most recent outing was the sci-fi horror film The Bunker, which hit the big screens in 2024 and was directed by Brian Hansen. Ever since his debut in the film Sleepwalk, which was released in 1986, Tony Todd has been an iconic actor who is attributed mostly for his horror movies. Apart from horror films, Tony has also voiced for the characters in Batman, The Brave and the Bold, The Flash TV series, Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, and also in the video game Star Trek Online. He also gave voice to Venom in the video game Spider-Man 2, released in the year 2023. Mr. Goldberg said, "I had the privilege to have Tony as my friend and client for over 30 years, and I will miss that amazing man every single day." His management company said, known worldwide for his towering presence, both physically and artistically, Tony leaves behind an indelible legacy in film, theater, and the hearts of those who had the honor of knowing him. Born on December 4, 1954, in Washington, D.C., Todd grew up in Hartford, Connecticut, before becoming an alumnus of the Artists Collective Incorporated, then studying at the University of Connecticut before shifting to theater at the Tony Award-winning Eugene O'Neill National Theatre Institute. Beginning his career in theater, Todd would go on to accrue more than 200 film and television credits under his name, as well as acting on and off Broadway. Todd made a name for himself in genre media, embodying the titular role in Candyman, 1992, and its various film sequels, as well as being a fixture in The Crow, 1994, The Rock, 1996, and Final Destination, 2000, and its subsequent sequels. Todd made several recurring television appearances in series such as Homicide, Life on the Street, Boston Public, The District, 24, Splatter, Chuck, Transformers Prime, The Young and the Restless, Scream, the TV series, The Flash, and more. Todd first appeared in the Star Trek universe as the Klingon Commander Khan, son of Moke and brother of Worf, in Star Trek, The Next Generation's Sins of the Father, then returning for Redemption and Redemption, Part 2, as well as Star Trek, Deep Space Nine's Sons of Moke. StarTrek.com is saddened to learn of the passing of actor Tony Todd, who most notably played Khan, Worf's Klingon brother, and the adult Jake Sisko. Todd passed away on November 6, 2024, at the age of 69, at his home according to his reps. Born on December 4, 1954, in Washington, D.C., Todd grew up in Hartford, Connecticut, before becoming an alumnus of the Artists Collective Incorporated, then studying at the University of Connecticut before shifting to theater at the Tony Award-winning Eugene O'Neill National Theatre Institute. Beginning his career in theater, Todd would go on to accrue more than 200 film and television credits under his name, as well as acting on and off Broadway. Todd made a name for himself in genre media, embodying the titular role in Candyman, 1992, and its various film sequels, as well as being a fixture in The Crow, 1994, The Rock, 1996, and Final Destination, 2000, and its subsequent sequels. Todd made several recurring television appearances in series such as Homicide, Life on the Street, Boston Public, The District, 24, Splatter, Chuck, Transformers Prime, The Young and the Restless, Scream, the TV series, The Flash, and more. Todd first appeared in the Star Trek universe as the Klingon Commander Khan, son of Moke and brother of Worf, in Star Trek, The Next Generation's Sins of the Father, then returning for Redemption and Redemption, Part 2, as well as Star Trek, Deep Space Nine's Sons of Moke. In the fan-favorite DS9 episode, The Visitor, Todd portrayed the adult Jake Sisko as Captain Benjamin Sisko's son spends decades of his life trying to rescue his father following an accident. In a 2010 interview with StarTrek.com, recalling his experience with The Visitor, Todd shared, "The Visitor changed my life, not just in terms of convention appearances, but at the time that episode was done the internet was just exploding, and I remember sitting for hours just basking in the glow of the love that was being written about that single episode. The story behind my doing it is that the woman who raised me, my aunt, was a single woman, and she'd passed away at the beautiful age of 82, continued Todd. I just finished Candyman 2, and it devastated me because she was a person I talked to every day. Fortunately, she was able to see some of the beginnings of my success. But I was in a state of shock and I wasn't able to work for 4 months. They sent me the script for The Visitor. It wasn't a complete offer, but they sent it for my consideration and wanted me to come in and see them. So it was the role that got me up off the bed, out of the house, and into the producer's office. When I went in, I saw a lot of actors who I felt were of the age and who were people I respected. But I went in and I got it. So that was sort of my homage to the parental figure in my life that I loved and cherished. We bid farewell to Tony Todd, a giant of cinema and a beloved soul whose impact on our lives and the world of film will never be forgotten. The star's film career included roles in award-winning movies such as the Oliver Stone-directed classic Platoon, released in 1986. Todd was also known for his role in the 2000 horror film Final Destination and its sequel in 2003. New Line Cinema mourned Todd's death on social media over the weekend, saying on Instagram, "The industry has lost a legend. We have lost a cherished friend. Rest in peace, Tony." The original Candyman was released in 1992 and was followed by several sequels, the most recent arriving in 2021. In the original, Todd played a menacing killer with a hook on one arm. The premise is built around an urban myth that the Candyman can be summoned by saying his name 5 times in front of a mirror. The 2021 sequel explores societal problems such as racism and police brutality. Todd also appeared in box office hits such as The Crow, The Rock, and the 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead. The actor's television career included roles in Star Trek, The Next Generation, Night Court, Matlock, and Law and Order. He was also a prolific voiceover artist. Goldberg's company said, off-screen, Tony was cherished as a mentor, a friend, and a beacon of kindness and wisdom. He gave his time and resources to aspiring actors, consistently advocating for greater representation and authenticity within the industry. Those who knew him will remember his warm laugh, generous spirit, and his dedication to his craft. Whether on stage, on screen, or in personal conversations, Tony brought an unyielding honesty that resonated deeply with his friends, family, and fans. Despite his declining health, the Final Destination star allegedly pushed himself and continued to work in his final months. His wife Fatima confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter that he died at his home in Marina del Rey on Wednesday, November 6, following a long illness. Also, New Line Cinema, which produced the Final Destination franchise, wrote in a statement, "The industry has lost a legend. We have lost a cherished friend. Rest in peace, Tony." After the news of Tony Todd's death spread online, a tipster tweeted on X, "I didn't want to concern anyone and I hoped he'd recover, but I heard Tony Todd was in really rough shape while shooting Final Destination, Bloodlines, and it's obvious in the movie he's struggling with something. Rest in peace." Tony Todd was diagnosed with cancer earlier. Though the exact illness from which Tony Todd was suffering has not been revealed yet, he confirmed he had cancer 4 years ago while discussing Immortal, an anthology-style film. The Candyman star told comicbook.com, "Cancer has affected our lives in one way or the other, and it was ironic because when we filmed it, right after that I happened to be diagnosed and I had to fight about 9 months working throughout, doing chemo, and it did change my whole perspective. For me, looking back on it, it was very prophetic. I'm fine now, I'm cancer-free. I have more excitement in life than ever before. Offers keep coming, in spite of this pandemic. So, there's very little to complain about," he added in 2020.